That one was pretty good, but do you wish that we had a different way to practice it?
You know, I think this kind of gives you a false sense of like success because, I don't know, I think it makes me look better than I really am out of the sand. So seeing me in the sand, you would know that.
One of the limitations, I guess, of simulator golf is bunker play. And there's just no good way of replicating that shot out of the sand, the feedback that you get in the sim. You know, obviously we're hitting off of a really good turf turf hitting strip, I should say. And the Bunker Mate here by WhyGolf is supposed to provide a little bit of that feedback that we're looking for, that sensation of going through the bunker, and actually provide some tools and tips on how to work on your bunker game indoors. So let's get this thing unboxed, or unbagged, I should say, and get it on the sim, and we'll take a look and hit a couple shots. Okay, before we go through and get this thing out of the bag, first I just wanted to show you the packaging. Obviously, make every bunker your buddy. That's a great goal there. They've got some really cool ways on how you can use use this and really work on your bunker game. First of all, setup is the key to success. We won't go through all of these, but just take a quick peek, see what they're claiming, what they're trying to get you to work on. This is also good for any skill level. So just for frame of reference, I'm a 7 to 8 handicap, really actually starting to trend lower. Alan is about a 20 handicap, holding steady, getting a little better as well just from his work in the sim. So you're gonna get a little bit of opinion from somebody who's maybe an above average golfer and then somebody who's about an average golfer. I think you're gonna find that any of these training aids that WhyGolf offers are gonna help your game. By the way, link in the description if you want any WhyGolf products. We've already shown you the padded alignment aid rods and discs. That completely changed my game. We've got a bunch of other ones that are coming soon to review here on the channel, so stay tuned for those. But if you want anything from WhyGolf, hit that link in the description below. It helps the channel out. Let's get this thing out of the bag and hit some shots. Okay, so we got this thing unboxed. First of all, really good plushy carpet here. Almost has like a little bit of a bounce to it, which is cool. Just so you know what I'm working with, these are about a season and a half old, but I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. They're still taking paint and urethane off the ball. I actually just hit a couple of full wedge shots last night. So these are relatively fresh wedges, probably got a season left, but we're gonna hit some shots. This is the very first shot I've hit off this thing. Bunkers, I would not consider to be, I guess, a strength of my game. I wouldn't consider myself to be like lethally bad either. So somewhere in the middle, you can certainly use a tool like this to get better, but let's hit a couple shots. We'll just drop this on there first and get kind of an idea. You can kind of see how it bounces there. You know, it really's got some feedback to it, so I'm gonna be really interested to see what it feels like hitting. But it looks like the launch monitor is, I guess, recognizing it, so let's hit some shots and see what it feels like.
How'd it feel?
It really does feel pretty good. Your club slides right through there.
A little bit more resistance though?
That's a hard word to use because when we're hitting off of this, right, I feel like we get resistance off of that. When I'm hitting off of bunkers, you know, obviously we're not gonna get that weight when you're hitting a bunker, that thwack where you're taking sand out. What I'm looking to recreate is kind of the feeling of, or at least what I'm hoping this thing recreates, is the feeling of sliding through the sand. Pretty good. Hey, by the way, if you are not subscribed to us, we make golf content like this all the time, reviewing new indoor and outdoor training aids, latest in sim golf technology, and we're just two pretty cool guys. So hit that subscribe button. If you do want to build your own simulator system, we have a whole build playlist of how we built ours, including, you know, how we managed to get our turf down, how we built this, how we even decided what size of simulator and enclosure to do inside of our garage here at home. So if that at all interests you, click those videos and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. So one of the things to note on how you're using this and getting feedback, the Bunker Mate is supposed to have a little bit of natural movement. So if you blade this thing, right, it's not gonna, the Bunker Mate itself's not gonna move. So let me see if I can replicate a blade here.
You should have me do that.
Well, yeah, maybe Alan will be the test dummy. But the nature of this thing, right, is it's smooth on the bottom, okay? So it's smooth and it's gonna move, and that's part of the design here. So if you are hitting it perfectly, where it's not, you know, it's moving a tad bit, you want it to move less than 6 inches. That's how you know you're getting good contact, how you would get in the bunker. If it moves more than 6 inches, it's indicating that you hit too far behind the ball, and it's actually going to be a fat shot. You might have a decent outcome on the simulator, but again, it's kind of what I'm talking about. It's hard to replicate what you're gonna see on the course out of a bunker in here, because you can hit decently behind the ball on turf or even on this thing, and because there's no resistance and it's not like natural, what's the word, natural material.
Yeah.
Organic matter.
There you go.
Because it's not natural material, there's going to be no, I guess, ill signs. You might see a little bit, less spin or less good contact. But on this thing, if you hit it fat, it's going to move more than 6 inches. I can definitely recreate that one. Okay, so that moved more than 6, and not a great bunker shot. Would never want to do that. So you got a thin one that doesn't move. You've got a fat one that's going to move too much. And let's see what a perfect one looks like. And that one just moves a little bit. You're going to get a decent feel out of there. And that's really what you're looking for, is the feedback from this thing in getting you, kind of an idea whether that was a properly executed shot or not. Now, I will tell you that WhyGolf has a ton of instructional videos on both their YouTube and their website. We will link those in the description as well. I'm not a professional golfer. Alan's not a professional golfer, even though we play them on YouTube occasionally. So we're not super qualified on giving you instruction on how to hit a perfect bunker shot. But the WhyGolf team does have professional golfers on their staff. Those videos that you'll see on their channel are going to be much more geared towards actually working on your bunker strategy, or your bunker swing, I should say. Another one that I really like, Dan Greavy, fantastic short game coach. I probably should listen to him more, but check out those videos below that we'll link for WhyGolf, and now we'll get Alan on there to hit some shots. Okay, Alan, how would you describe your bunker game?
So it's challenging, okay? I would say that I either hit a really good one or I don't ever hit it out. And I think probably that's a whole nother video on why I'm doing that. I think I try to dig underneath the ball too much, and so I end up not getting enough contact with the club. Instead of coming club face first, I try to dig under it. I mean, like Jake said, there's so many things about it that are interesting, but the thing that really caught me is that you can't tell as much from the video, but if you look, it's pretty deep. I mean, look, I could take my club face, I can get it down there. I mean, that's pretty darn thick. That's really gonna, I mean, if you go like that, you can see how far your club will go down. And now, obviously, if I do that, it's going to make it slide forward, which is going to show a fat shot like Jake said. But I think that this does about as good a job as you could possibly get for having an indoor golf simulator hitting off the sand.
Well, enough procrastination. Let's see it.
Yeah, I know, man. I've been trying. I figured if I just keep talking, I won't have to actually hit it.
First impressions, how'd it feel?
It feels different. It does. I mean, when I say resistance, when I was speaking to that earlier, what I meant was you can feel it in the club, you can feel it in your hands, that you get just a little bit of something when you go to hit it. When you hit it off of the turf, it more bounces and it just kind of skips across the top of it. With this, you can feel like you're digging in just a little bit, which I think is going to be a much more realistic feel when you're hitting off the sand.
Sure, hit a couple more. Let's see it. That one was good.
Yeah, I would take that all day long out on the course.
So overall,
I mean, look, it's considerably better than hitting it off of the turf. I mean, you're never going to get the exact feel unless you're actually out in the sand. But I would say this is 100 times better than hitting off the turf, because you can really feel, like I said, that little bit of resistance when you make impact, or just as you're making impact with the ball. Again, it's not skipping. It's hitting it, you can feel it, it's kind of digging underneath the ball. And I like what Jake said earlier when he described you hitting it fat or thin by how the mat moves. I think that's a great indicator, because if you're hitting it really fat, it's going to slide forward. And if you're hitting it thin, it's not going to move at all. And I think that really is a great indicator of the contact that you made with the ball. It's very portable, obviously, so we can just take it on and off. It's not like we have to uninstall it and reinstall it. So you see how it just slid forward a couple inches? I think that's a good indication that it was a good hit. So Really appreciate it. WhyGolf, thank you so much for sending that. Lord knows I need help in the bunker.
All right, guys, well, there you have it. WhyGolf's Bunker Mate. Fantastic tool. I think it's super helpful, especially for us sim owners where, you know, we're looking for a little bit of a different feel out of the bunker to change things up. You've seen those mats that you can buy on different simulator systems that have, like, you know, the little bit taller grass to simulate rough, a little bit taller than that to simulate deep rough, and then the tan stuff to simulate sand. Honestly, I'm not into all that. You know, if that's your thing, cool. For me, buying something like this that's super portable, can be taken in and out as we get you know, into a bunker in one of our rounds, like here at Chambers Bay. The other thing is it's super affordable compared to setting up your entire turf setup here, you know, to have all those different strips. And then if you've got a launch monitor, you got to move the launch monitor, or if you've got a ceiling mounted one, then you're going to have to make sure that you got that piece of turf in the area where it will read. And then not only that, but you're going to be probably off center to your picture. With this, if I find myself in a bunker, it's as easy as going over here, picking it up, setting it down, and dropping a ball.
Yeah, if you're playing around and you're in the bunker, you just go and grab it. And
exactly. Yeah. Which is why, for the price, honestly, if you have a simulator, I can't imagine not having one. I can't believe we didn't buy one until this point. So huge shout out to WhyGolf for sending us this. Super awesome. Hit the link in the description if you are a sim owner or just a golfer at all and want a new training aid to help you out of the bunkers. I think the feedback you're going to get from this is really good. And even so, if you have a local course that might not have the best practice bunker, this is going to be even better than hitting out of a terrible bunker, something that's soaked in water, or, you know, just not a great bunker representative of what you want to be practicing out of. This thing right here, you're just going to set it down right next to the green, or however far the distance that you want, and drop it there and work on your bunker shots there. So super functional, highly recommend it. Hit that link in the description, and for now, make sure that you're always keeping them straight.